everyone, welcome back to this week's YouTube video. I am filming on my phone again. I have it turned around though, so I can't see what I look like. Unfortunately, just having some issues still with my camera, but I wanted to get this video out to you all. So this video is a training week in my life. So I'm going to walk you through what my workouts look like throughout prep. And throughout the video, I'm just going to do a few voiceovers and share just a little bit about prep, about my training, about the goal out of training, my cardio, everything revolved around training. I just want to also note that in this week, I was on deload week. So basically I was lifting 75% of what I normally would, just as a bit of a deload for a bit of a break on my body, just as obviously comp prep is a lot on it and we do deloads every 6 weeks anyway. Just wanted to bear that in mind. I think every deload I will do a week in my life, a training week in my life. Give you a sneak peek. It's crazy. In the next deload I'll be like, oh my god, I'll be 8 weeks out, 6 weeks out, 8 weeks out I think, which is absolutely nuts. I will also include a physique update in this video for you all as well. And if you have any other video suggestions, comment them down below. And without further ado, enjoy this week's YouTube video. Alrighty, we are here with a voiceover. So some parts I will show you, like walk you through the workout, and some parts I'm just going to be talking about my training. So right now you can see I'm doing a Romanian deadlift. Now I do want to say that this is sped up. I've made it all sped up so that we're not sitting here for like 3 hours watching me train. But day one was legs. We started off with some RDLs. Then my split at the moment, or in this training block, was 2 days of legs, 2 days of upper, and then the 5th day was a bit of like the weaker areas, you could say, where we looked at, okay, what do we need to bring up? And it was kind of like a full body sort of day. Anyways, moved on to leg extension, lots of fun. Also want to note that this was deload weeks. So deload weeks are really good for your training every 6 to 8 weeks. I mean, it depends. I have them every 6 weeks, though different coaches have done it so different in my experience. As you can see here, I moved on to leg curl. Now, with a deload, it doesn't mean to not train hard. Oh, look at those calves though. But it's a really good opportunity to, while the weight is lower, really focus on that time under tension and that mind muscle connection. You can see like I'm still cringing in some of my workouts because I'm still trying to put in the effort where I can. Just wait till you see my Bulgarian split squat. This was a deload and I wanted to die. Like, just to explain, I'm lifting 75% of what I normally would. So imagine just on a normal training day. Like, there it is. There she is. She's not having a good time. Though who really is when they're doing Bulgarian split squats. Next, we moved on to upper body. So with my weight training, when you're in prep, you don't really want to change anything. Like, you have to keep the muscle the same way you built it. Look at my camera sort of moving around. But a lot of, this misconception I see when people go into a dieting phase is that they need to change their training, which couldn't be further from the truth. Like, you need, as I said, you need to keep your muscle the same way you built it. So making sure that you're still training hard. None of this like when you're dieting, you go high rep, low weight bullshit, or like when you're bulking, you go high weight, low, like none of that. We just train the exact same. We focus on our weaker areas. We make sure that form is on point. We use time under tension. We use mind muscle connection. We use progressive overload over here. We keep to the basics. No crazy shiznick. Anyways, as we moving forward doing my lateral raises, this was actually 3 sets of 25 reps, so I kind of wanted to die. We then moved on to rear delt flies. This is an exercise I find really awkward because you have to sort of find the right sort of range of motion. Next, moving on to skull crushes. Not gonna lie, I took this video and I was like, I look great. If you saw it on my Instagram, you know. But this felt relatively easy, being deload week. Then moved on to lat pull downs, and if you keep an eye out on my Instagram, I'm gonna do a form review on this one on the Teams Easy Fit page shortly. I probably could have extended a little bit more. I do find that sometimes I get nervous with lat pull down since my boob job. If you know, you know. Then moved on to neutral grip seated row. I didn't do the close grip. I did the more like shoulder width apart grip, as you can see, and obviously it's sped up, but do make sure that you are doing these movements slow and controlled. I know in these it doesn't look slow and controlled, but it's just that it's double the speed. And here we go, doing lateral raises. I don't know why I did a pause there. And if you haven't noticed already, I am just putting the actual workout on the screen, so if you want to follow along, you can. Next, day 3, legs. Now, I also want to note I didn't show any of the cardio or steps I'm doing, but I will run through my protocols. So I am doing 5 days of weights, and I'm doing 2 cardios at 400 calories. So like I've got to burn 400 calories on those. Now, it's not always accurate on my Fitbit. It's important to note that, like, realistically, calories burnt, like, it will say 400 calories, but it's probably not. But that way, oh, what's going on with my video? Okay, we had some technical difficulties. There's meant to be a hip thrust video in there, but it was wigging out, as you can see in the voiceover. But the show goes on. We moved on to single this double leg curl. Can you tell the prep brain's kicking in? So I did that one. I also did cable kickbacks, but I was so dead this day that I just didn't film it. But I did film my abductions. So these were lean forward abductions, and I think I did about 15 reps from memory. But that was this leg day. Now moving on to day 4. Hopefully the clips don't wig out again. I also included abs in this one. So with this one, we started off with a single arm iliac lat pull down. This I did about 3 sets of 12 to 15. 15 to 20. I can't remember. It'll be listed on the screen, but this was really good for activating the lats. I also sometimes, I'm not sure if I had it on film, but I'll put my other hand on my lat so I can really feel that it is in fact activating, which is a really good tool, obviously, before I move on to any other back exercises, just to make sure that it's like glute activation. Like, you activate your glutes so that when you do like hip thrusts, you can feel it in your glutes a bit more. But then I moved on to cable pullovers. So using the rope, I find I get a good range of motion. These were a tricky exercise for me originally, because I would always feel it in like my abs and my triceps, but I was helping a client with this, is just lean forward a little bit more and take it slow and don't go so heavy. Next, we moved on to single arm rear delt flies. Sometimes when I do my workouts, I like, if I'm going to be on a cable, I just like to stick to do all my cable exercises in one go. So this was a little bit out of order. I then moved on to single arm rows. I'm like losing my mind, as you can tell. I like cannot speak clearly, but the show goes on. These are really good for the back. Again, you could do similar to the iliac lat pull downs, like really get that stretch and pull back, and put your other hand on your lat to feel it really activating. So we did that. Let's see how long this video goes for. I'm determined to not stop recording. I'm like, I need to smash it out. Also, how good is the phone quality? I'm quite impressed. We then moved on to seated rows. Now, originally this is meant to be chest supported T-bar rows, but unfortunately the gyms I go to don't have one. So I always just go for a machine row. I find it activates the same muscles anyway, and I try and find a chest supported one. I then moved on to this deadly superset. Oh my God, even thinking about it makes me want to throw up. But it's basically lateral raises, about 12 to 15, supersetted with machine shoulder press. I did 4 sets in total. Guys, try it if you want to annihilate your shoulders. Even on deload, I kind of wanted to die doing this exercise or this superset. It is really tough, but you get the fattest pump after. Like it's disgustingly good is how I describe it. So we moved on to that one, and then I believe after this is when we started to work on our abs. Now, my my ab exercises are so poor. My core is weak as heck, and it's definitely an area I want to work on. But I find because it's so weak, I like don't want to work on it. I hate it, but that's why I should work on it and get stronger, and I'll enjoy it more. So I did 20 crunches. I then do 12 bicycle crunches, and then I do 12 leg raises, and I'll repeat that about 3 times through. I do like to incorporate vacuums as well, but that's a whole other topic to go into. But yeah, and I can see the struggle in my face. So last day was legs and arms. So sort of the weaker areas. We start off with hack squats, and hack squats, especially on the matrix machine, like these are very common at Good Lives, are so humbling. The starting weight, I believe, is like almost 50 kilos. So I put on a 2.5 on each side and I look like a pansy, but we started off with that. We then moved on to a leg press. So going all the way down, I like to position the leg press so that I'm lying more flat. I find I get a better range of motion. And again, it looks like I'm lifting no weight, but I promise I am. And it was deload week as well. These machines are 75.7 kilos without any weight. It's just ridiculous. But we did that, and then we moved on to machine hip thrusts. Now, I don't know about you guys. I have started to like these a little bit more. Originally, I always found it hard to sort of find the right positioning and everything, but I think I've sort of figured it out now. But I do about 15 reps of this one, just really slow and controlled with the movement, holding at the top, and yeah, the pain. We then moved on to overhead tricep extensions. Now, I wish I kind of did these sitting down. I feel like I had a bit more control. Again, these do look like I'm speeding through them, but the workout is sped up. We then moved on to bicep curls. Originally, this is meant to be preacher curls, but the gym didn't have them. You can see my camera is like slowly moving as well. Story of my life. There we go. See ya. We then did cable curls as well, about 15 reps each side. I'm just speeding through these, but yes, that was basically the workout. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video.